College football is back. We've waited so long, it's finally here. So let's take a look at the top 5 storylines for the 2025 season. Number 5, are Oklahoma and Florida State back? In 2024, Oklahoma had a very disappointing debut season in the SEC, going 6-7 overall and with a dismal 2-6 record in conference. As such, head coach Brent Venables is on the hot seat in Norman, but there are some changes that have been made for the 25 season. Number 1, Coach Venables is taking charge of the defense directly. He will now be calling the defensive plays. Number 2, there's a new quarterback in town. Quarterback John Mateer transfer from Washington State. A lot of people are very happy about this upgrade at the quarterback position. Will these 2 moves be enough to get OU over the hump in 2025? Well, that remains to be seen. I'll say this, though. If Oklahoma gets to 8 wins in the regular season, I think that will be enough to keep Brent Venables around for another year. Next up, Florida State. The Seminoles are coming off an abysmal 2-10 record in 2024. Florida State head coach Mike Norvell very excited about this season. He's revamped both sides of the football. And to prove that point, he hired Gus Malzahn to run the Seminoles offense and Tony White, most recently from Nebraska, to run FSU's defense. So things are certainly looking up in Tallahassee. We'll see how much of an improvement Norvell's squad can make this year. The great thing is, of course, when you post a 2-10 record the previous year, there's only one way to go, and that's up. Storyline number 4, can the Big Ten do it again? Now, amazingly, the Big Ten Conference has won 2 straight national championships, with Michigan in 23 and Ohio State in 24. Can they go for a three-peat? The last time the Big Ten had a conference three-peat as far as national championships from 2002 through 2004, with Ohio State winning in 2002 and Southern Cal winning in 2003 and 2004, respectively. Now, currently, the Big has 3 teams inside the AP top 10, Penn State, Ohio State, and Oregon. And of those 3, at least at the moment, Penn State appears to be the darling of the media. So it's certainly not unheard of territory for the Big to win 3 in a row, but you have to think the SEC is going to have something to say about that this year. And that leads us to our 3rd storyline of the 2025 season. Can Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns win the SEC? Currently, Texas is ranked number 1 in the nation, and there is a lot of hype in Austin right now for the Longhorns. And justifiably so. We finally get to see the long-awaited passing of the torch to quarterback Arch Manning. Texas also is fully loaded on both sides of the ball. I don't think there is a more talented football roster anywhere in the country. The combination of Coach Steve Sarkisian plus the move to the SEC has reinvigorated the Longhorns football program, and it truly is something amazing to see. There are a few questions, of course, on the offensive line, especially where there's a little bit of a shortage of experience, but we're going to find out, I think, pretty quickly just how good Texas is. A Week 1 matchup in Columbus at the Shoe versus Ohio State. I think that's going to tell a lot of people just where Texas is in their quest to win the SEC. Story number 2, will the Big 12 and ACC make some playoff noise? Now, for this season, Clemson and Arizona State are again the preseason favorites from the ACC and the Big 12. And I'd say that Clemson is certainly the strongest team in the ACC. I wonder, though, about the Big 12. Because the Big 12 is absolutely a mosh pit. That is the best descriptor I have heard for that league so far. And that's one of the reasons why the Big 12 Conference ditched their conference preseason poll, because last season, Arizona State, their eventual champion, was actually predicted to finish last in conference. So wanting to avoid an embarrassment like that again this season, the Big 12 decided not to have a preseason poll as far as conference standings. I think that's a wise idea because, quite frankly, the Big 12 is wide open. It could very well be that Arizona State wins the league title once again. but you've got 15 other teams that could jump up and do the same thing. So it's going to be interesting to see if either the ACC or the Big 12 can make a deeper push into the playoffs and actually contend for the national championship. And that leads us to storyline number 1. Can the SEC get back to the top of the mountain? Now, as far as preseason rankings go, the Southeastern Conference has 4 teams in the AP top 10 and 10 teams in the top 25. So the media has a lot of confidence in the Southeastern Conference. And I have to say, I agree. The conference is loaded from top to bottom. Now, as far as top contenders to win the SEC title, most people are sticking with the GAT, Georgia, Alabama, or Texas. There's also significant interest in teams like LSU and Ole Miss as well. Whoever gets through the Southeastern Conference gauntlet and wins the conference title in Atlanta, you have to think has inside track to win it all in the college football playoff. But much like last season, I think there's going to be some stiff competition in the works, most specifically with the Big Ten Conference. So if Georgia or Alabama or Texas or someone else in the SEC wins the conference, can they go all the way? Can they win the whole enchilada? Well, that remains to be seen. I suspect the answer, though, is yes, they can. In a league as deep as the Southeastern Conference, I think their champion will break on through to the other side in 2025 and win it all. Now, if there's other stories I did not mention in this video, feel free to comment and let me know what I missed out on. But in my opinion, those are the top 5 storylines in college football for this season. It is shaping up to be an outstanding year, probably one of the better week 1s I have seen in a long time. I'll be back as we get closer to week 0 with some predictions. In the meantime, God bless you, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.